Hey, what's up guys? Sloth King here. So I'm gonna show you how to get rid of yellow discolored headlights the proper and permanent way. Today I'm gonna be working on my Gen 4 4Runner. As you can see, the headlights have seen better days. I'm just doing this until I save up enough to get the headlights I actually want. So they're pretty bad, really discolored, hinders my vision at night. It's pretty easy, you can get this done within a day. The longest time is just gonna wait for the clear coat to dry. So this will work on any car that has that plastic headlight housing. Now the procedure to get your headlights off is gonna vary. If you have a 4Runner that you want to do this on, 2003 to 2009, you'll follow the same steps here. You're gonna need a ratchet set, pair of gloves, highly recommended. You're definitely gonna want a respirator. You don't want to skimp out because you don't want to breathe in that clear coat. Some sandpaper, 600 to 1000 grit, and a sanding block. You can do this with a electric sander, but I prefer doing this by hand. You're gonna want to get yourself some 2K clear coat. So this is a 2-part clear coat. It's pretty much just like what you would use on a car. To clear coat your panels, your whole body. This is what you're going to find on your vehicle. It's very durable, very UV resistant. It's going to last a long time. I definitely recommend this stuff if you don't have a spray gun. The spray pattern on it is great. It's very, very similar to using a spray gun. So if you don't have access to a compressor or a spray gun, pick this stuff up. I'll have it in the link in the description below. You don't want to skimp out on this. You don't want to do this twice. Do it right the first time and you're going to be happy with the results. So let's get right to it. All right, so step one, you're gonna locate your mounting points. All right, so what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to take off these pop clips. So on the headlight, I have a mounting point here, here, and here. All right, so this piece of trim, you're just gonna grab it and you're gonna just pull it. Don't like yank it out, just kind of pull it like sideways like that and it will come right out. See, there's a clip that goes into here. It's like this little piece from the fender, like just sits in there. And then this little clip, this is what you're pulling on. It goes right underneath the headlight. Gotta remove this flap because there's a screw straight back in there. So there's a screw all the way on this side underneath it. It's like a 10 mil. Yep, I got it. I'll show you. I'll take it off and I'll show you. Easiest way to do it is if you come underneath the car. You can see this fender flap or this under, yeah, it's a part of your fender lining. See that white piece right back there? I'll circle it. The screw's on the other side. It's a pain to get to. But with some patience and perseverance, you can get this too. Make sure you unplug your connectors. There we go. One headlight out. Driver's side is the same procedure. This is where that screw goes into. If you're looking underneath it, here's a better shot of it. This is where it comes in. You're gonna put your socket or ratchet on the underside of the fender right here, and it's just gonna screw in. Pretty annoying. All right, I'm gonna take the driver one off and then I'll show you the process on how to properly do this. All right guys, got both headlights off. So what you're gonna wanna do, you're gonna wanna sand in a crosshatch pattern. So you're gonna get everything horizontal and then you're gonna go vertical. I like to start off with 800. If it's not taking off enough, I'll bump it down to 600, which I might have to do because this just got clogged pretty easily. So I'm gonna swap this out for 600 real quick. And the reason why you wanna use 600 to 1000 is because you don't want it to be extremely aggressive. It will minimize the amount of work that you have to do to get rid of the scratches in the headlights afterwards, because we're just applying clear coat to it. It's not going to be like a primer, color, then clear coat. So clear coat, you're going to see the scratches a lot more if you use a more aggressive grit on sandpaper. That's going to be more work that you have to do to get the scratches out. The whole result, we want it to look hazy at the end. All right, now we're gonna do the crosshatch. So we're gonna do the up and down. All right, our paper is pretty much full. So I'm gonna take it off. There's some areas that I need to get by hand, which is totally okay. It's gonna be around the edges. This is when it's okay to use it by hand. The curve, sometimes you can't get the curve just right. So you might have to hit it by hand, or you can use a soft block, which is normally what you do whenever you're wet sanding. There we go. Now I'm not gonna wet this. I'm just gonna wipe it off. Now I'm gonna find my 800. I'm gonna go over it with 800. All right, after 800, we're gonna take our alcohol. Oh yeah, I forgot, you need some isopropyl alcohol just to clean the surface, just to remove any of the contaminants? Yeah. All right, that's looking a lot better. Not only will this clean your headlight, but it will give you a representation of what it's gonna look like with clear coat on it. It's very clear, very nice. Looks a lot better than before. So real quick, let me tell you why your headlights get yellowed. So from the factory, from when these are made, they have a UV coating on it, which is like a clear coat. It's very similar. Over time, the sun will break that down. It'll discolor it, it'll make it yellow, it'll oxidize. Pretty much whenever you see paint on when you see a car that looks really hazy and then you see like the clear coat peeling, that's what the headlights do. That's the same process. So all we're doing, we're just sanding that coating down, and then we're applying clear coat on top of it to give it that clear look again. Now my headlights are cracked. This is only gonna be temporary until I upgrade to a new housing. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go over it with 1000 grit now. Give it a nice final finish. All right, I'm gonna do this, do the driver side, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, I just got the driver's side headlight done. We are pretty much ready to clear coat. All I'm gonna do is mask off this this rubber seal that goes around the headlight. I don't wanna get any clear coat on that. Have some patience with this. You don't wanna rush this process. You want the final product to look as good as you can. There we go. It looks pretty good. Everything else is masked off. I don't have to worry about this stuff. It'll be okay. Okay, everything is masked off. I'm gonna wipe each one down one final time. Make sure it's fully clean. So what this is gonna do, you're gonna take your red cap, you're gonna put it down here, you're gonna smash it. It's gonna break the activator inside, and it's gonna combine, you're gonna mix the two parts. So it's gonna be, you're gonna have your hardener, and then you're gonna have your actual clear coat. You're gonna shake it up for about a minute or two, and then it's ready to spray. You have 2, maybe 3 days max until this until you can't use this anymore. It'll just dry up. All right, busted that. It's good to go. And remember, wear your respirator. So let me pop that on and then let's get to spraying.
All right, so you're gonna want to do 2 to 3 coats. I'm gonna do 3. You want your first one to be super light. You don't want it to be wet or you're gonna have runs. And you're gonna let it dry for about 15 minutes in between your coats. You're gonna do a sweeping motion like this. And that's it. I'm gonna let that tack up and then we're gonna do the other 2 coats. All right, second coat, you're gonna go a little bit slower than you did before. Apply it a little bit heavier. There we go. All right guys, now we're gonna do the final coat, number 3. We're gonna lay it down just as heavy. There we go. Now we're gonna let it dry overnight and then we'll see how it looks and install it tomorrow.
All right guys, it's the next day. I've let the clear coat dry. Let's check out our work. I think that looks pretty dang good. You can definitely see the stress cracks on the headlight, but this is so much better. I can't wait to see how it looks at night. All right, shall we start installing? I think so. Let's get to it. Install is the same as reverse. Here's a little tip for you guys. Whenever you pull in tape off from a surface that you painted, you want to pull away from it. That'll prevent like any paint that you lay down. It'll prevent it from pulling up like on here if it's still like not fully cured. Looks good. Doesn't seem like I need to buff it at all. All right, and there you go guys. That looks 1,000 times better. It looks so good. I love it. Yeah, and it only took me about 3 hours from taking off the headlight, sanding it down, prepping it, and then spraying the clear coat on. Not bad at all. It's really good. And it's also a lot cheaper than buying brand new headlight housings. So yeah, if your headlight housings are in good condition and you want to do this, it's really easy. All you need is a day to prep everything, spray your clear coat on, let it sit overnight, and then you're done. You're gonna install it. You can do this on the car. You just gotta be super careful. Whenever you're using your sandpaper, you don't wanna sand any of your paint because that would just ruin everything. So if you double this up with a lot of tape going around it and then you sand it and you're super careful sanding it by hand on this side, yeah, you can do it by hand. Just make sure whenever you go to spray the clear coat on, you cover the whole front of your car with plastic or newspaper, because you don't want any of this clear coat getting on your clear coat because it's just gonna look bad. So that's why I recommend doing it off the car. It's a lot easier, unless your headlights are just a pain to get off, then yeah, you can do it on the car. Just be super careful. But yeah, if you guys like the video, leave a like, go ahead and subscribe and click that bell. Anyways guys, take it easy.